Hey, Truth with Ruth here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday evening, well, afternoon going into evening. Yeah, we are back, guys. And to all my new subscribers, I thank you so much for subscribing. That's so awesome. Thank you very, very much. I have been watching, and it's just so exciting to see a brand spanking new channel, you know what I mean, start to get those subscribers slowly. It's really nice to see. So I thank you so much, and as promised, you guys will get a video absolutely every single day. All right, so YouTube, let's talk about YouTube and having a YouTube channel. So I'm using Dontay London because Dontay London, I notice, is in my algorithms a lot. Not his channel specifically, but a lot of content about Dontay London. And I noticed that Dodash also has she is spoken about also. And of course, you know what, this all stems from the back in the day when Dontay and Dodash, we talked about this in a previous video, when they were both preaching YouTube is on easy mode, right? And it was just like, you know, a really inspiring time, and a lot of new YouTubers started around then. And they are continued. Some said, I don't want to do this anymore, but then a lot of them kept on their channels. But they was inspired by Dodash and Dontay London, and I do believe that's why they got so popular. And you know, and a couple of their videos became viral, and it's just so nice to see. And I think that that's we can't take that away from them. I don't think we should take that away from them or dim their light, because a lot of people got paid off of having the courage, getting that inspiration from Dontay and Dodash to start uploading videos. So it was pretty cool to see. I remember when Dodash was like, hey, if you're this, get your AZ on YouTube. If you're this age, get your AZ on YouTube. So you know what I mean? It was, that in itself should be applauded. Now we come to a time where, like I said, things have happened. You know, people kind of said, hey, no, YouTube is wasn't on easy mode, and has never been on easy mode. Child, as a brand new spanking new YouTuber, it's one of those things where, like, listen, anything that's worth anything, you just have to kind of, you really have to find your love for it. Whatever it is, have the love, and then you put into it, and you don't even look at the outcome, because sometimes that goal can be so far, you know what I mean, that it will drive you crazy and give you crazy anxiety if you're always checking the number, checking like how many views, checking this, checking that. Like, it's just, you know. But I remember when, like, you know, when Dontay specifically, when a lot of his videos went viral, you know what I mean? And he was so excited. Him and his wife was so excited, and it was exciting to see, you know what I mean, because they came from low income housing. He spoke about it. He spoke about it all the time, and then they, boom, you know what I mean, they started getting all this money from YouTube, you know what I mean. And it was like, whoa, wow, that's so exciting for you, you know. But then it was one of those things where, whoa, now you get used to doing like 36K views in a couple of hours or what have you, and it's like, oh wow, this is great. But then the thing is that something happens, right? And then you just do this kind of like, whoo, this drop, and now you're back down to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 in a channel like that, you know, which is still a small channel. He still really has a small channel, but it's you know, at the time it was booming and growing, right? Really rapidly. And you know what I mean? But then he kind of plummeted down to like around, I'd say around 5,000, 6,000 views, which could be disheartening, and it could be like, oh man, what can we do? What can we do? Because you're so used to getting those nice hefty checks, right? On the 21st of every month. So now it's one of those things where You've opened Pandora's box, and you want that you want that money. What do? You start to think about ways to have people watch, right? So it's like, what do people want to see? Now, of course, everybody wants to see a train wreck, right? That's like the Dontay on one of his latest videos had said, people, it was like almost like I felt, this is my opinion, I felt he looked at it, he thought it was a personal attack on him. But little does he know, since the beginning of time, people have wanted to see the underdog like try to come up out of his hole. Or some people like to just see a train wreck. That's why we have so many reality shows where it's just fighting and cussing and going at each other, because people like to see a good train wreck. You know how like you're on the train or whatever, and then two people start going at it and fighting. Everybody's like, child, open the popcorn. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things, it's a natural instinct for everyone to look and gawk. But I think Dontay took it personal, like after the fact, right? So and the thing is, it worked for him, right? So that's the thing. He got the views, the struggle content, and then he started shooting up those, like getting those views again to the 36K. 40K. He got exactly what he wanted, but the thing is, he got the backlash too, and that backlash sometimes just don't feel good, because now you have the very people who are watching, the majority of them turning against you, right? And this is where you see these videos being made and stuff of Dontay London, and how he is scamming people, not scamming, but not telling the truth or putting fake content out. But this is the thing. Clickbait and fake content is not new with Dontay or DoorDash, right? If that's what they're doing. It's not new with them. That's been, many YouTubers have done it. Many content creators have done it. Streamers, like just recently, this whole DDG and Jay Cinco thing. I personally think, because now Jay Cinco has apologized to DDG, I personally think it's all for clout. It's all for the views. It's all to keep the people watching. I personally think that. It's the same thing with DDG. I noticed that DDG has a lot of that type of, like, you wonder, like, is this real? Like the whole relationship between India Love and DDG. I'm still out to lunch with that. I still have a question mark if that's even a real relationship. So yes, it's been, this is the thing. It's been done. What about Drewski and his relationship with Ruby Love, right? Not Ruby. What's her name? Ruby, is it Ruby Love? Ruby something, right? So yeah, so that Ruby, please forgive me if you ever see this and you're like, why you messing my name? Sorry. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like this has been done. Celebrities have been doing it forever. There's been situations where celebrities hook up just for people to talk. You know what I mean? Or create a fake thing, or a fake pregnancy just for people to talk. So do I blame Dontay and DoorDash for, going into their office management of their apartment building, and if this is happening, if it's true allegedly, that they're going in and having this pretend conversation about, oh, well, how much can I pay you? It's been done. It's been done, guys. Okay, so are they bad people because they're like, ooh, let's spin this and make a little money off of it, because that people like a good train wreck, and they want to see it, and they're going to tune in. But this is the thing that I disagree with Dontay. Dontay had said something like, people want to see my downfall. People want to see negative. You want to see me do bad. You're not there for me. I thought people were there for me. You're not there for me. And it's like, oh, no, 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 no. And that's why what inspired me to make this video, because I'm like, oh, no, please, no, don't do that. Because now you're putting the blame, you're putting all of this on your audience. And that's the worst thing you could do. You know, it's like, don't blame people for watching. That's it. You want people to watch a good TV show. It's like, if I watch Love and Hip Hop, I don't watch it anymore, but if I watch some guilty pleasure of Love and Hip Hop and I want to see two girls go at it, don't get on one of those women shouldn't get on national TV or on a live or whatever and say, oh, shame on you for watching. Girl, y'all was throwing plates and stuff, like, and taking off y'all nail and y'all weave and stuff and going and throwing it up. What do you mean? Like, that's after a good day, a day of hard work. Sometimes I want to see a good kiki, but don't get mad at me because I watched. You knew I was gonna watch. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because, oh, everybody's against me and you just want to see bad things happen to me. No, don't be so sensitive. It's not about that. This is a business transaction, okay? You knew what you were putting out because you knew that people would watch. Since the beginning of time, people watch. Look at when back in the days when people were getting beheaded. The whole village would come out and watch. They'd bring their kids. They could bring food and they'd watch. That's from the beginning of time. You can't be mad at people because of that. That's crazy business. It's crazy talk. You know, don't make people feel guilty because you feel guilty. And I think in my opinion, I feel like Dontay is trying to, you know, now it's like, oh, I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the content I put out, but it's you guys' fault that I put this content out. And it's like, no, Dontay, that's not the way to do it. You never ever, it's almost like, you ever heard of that saying, the customer is always right, right? You never want your customer to feel bad. If you are growing a platform, growing a brand, growing a community, you never want that community to feel like, oh, I feel bad now. That's not fair. And it's actually not true. Now, I noticed in Dontay's comments, right, when he was going through that whole struggle period thing, there was some really good advice. And some people poured their heart out to that man. I remember there's some people that was like, it's okay, dude. I went through this. I lost this. I lost that. But I'm back on my feet now. You can do this resources. You can do that. I remember. And I was like, oh, man. Some people are really trying to help. There's some people who's like, what's your Cash App? What's your Venmo? I even actually said, hey, y'all got a Venmo? I can send $20, you know. And I remember he said in a video, he said, I don't want your help. I don't want your, guys, I don't want your handouts or whatever. And I'll be honest with you guys. I remember some way, somehow, my feelings, not my feelings, but I started thinking like, is it because it's not really happening? And that's okay. You know what I mean? But now that it's all said and done and we've gone back down to, you know what I mean, what your views really are. Because what's happening is, this is what your views really should be until you get that strong depth of content, real content, right? Anybody could listen. You know what would happen to my views if I were to come here and go, well, you know, I'm a house madam and I used to be a stripper, and you know, I got a couple of strippers living with me right now, and yeah, what's a house madam? I could do a whole thing on a 30-something house madam. Do you know how many views I'd get? Do you know what would happen? I would skyrocket. It would be mind blowing. So anybody could make a story, right? And then have the people watching. Heck to the yeah. Heck to the yeah. Heck to the yeah. So, but then if you're saying, hey, you know what, I want people to be here for what's that? I'm only here for a short time, not a long time. If you want to spin that backwards, and reverse that, I'm here for a long time, not a short time. Then now you got to really, really give these people in-depth, real content. You know, I always say the worst thing that can happen to a channel is going viral, because if you're not ready for it and it happens, it's like winning the lottery. You're used to this type of money all the time, and all of a sudden you have hundreds and thousands of dollars. What do you do now, right? So I think the slow, steady approach, really, really brainstorm. I'll be honest with you, if I was Dontay, a lot of people want to see Dontay go back to work and do a vlog of day to day. And I know he may not need the money because he's getting maybe I don't know, man, business, but he's getting enough YouTube money where he could sustain. But you know what? I would still get me a little job. And then I do that job every day. And every day I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be like, my wife made me this for lunch today, y'all. And oh yeah, I take my lunch this day to this day. And then you're filming yourself having your lunch, you know what I mean, interacting with people that you work with, your co-workers, punching in, punching out. I'm telling you, that would be such good content. People would be like, I would even do like, yeah, y'all, like, I would talk about it. I would address the elephant in the room. I'd be like, yeah, man, I was having a hard time, like, paying my bills, y'all. And when I did that little struggle content, that helped me a lot. But like, man, I'm trying to keep y'all here for a long time, not a short time. So, hey, what's up? I know there's some people making channels, making, content about me, you know what I mean? Going, yo, Dontay, we knew, that wasn't happening to you, dog. So, yo, I'm gonna do a live. Maybe like y'all can come up, you know what I mean? Shout out to this YouTube, shout out to this channel, shout out to this channel. I would address the elephant in the room. I would really like spin it. I flip it where I end up looking like, okay, you got me, right? Become fully transparent. And it would be nice to hear, Hannah. It would be nice because a lot of people I see is rooting for Hannah too. Like, they'd like to hear, because Hannah's very talented. She can sing. They would love to hear about what Hannah got going on. So it would be nice to like, boom. And then she could like, snowball off of him being transparent and start putting some good content, wholesome content on her channel. There it is. People honestly just want you to be honest with them. That's the problem. They don't know if you was like, Doug, come on, yo. Well, we don't know what's going on. Is this happening or is this happening? What's happening? Is this another clickbait? Is this, you know what I mean? And that's all. Very easy. People don't want much. They really don't. They would love to just see you just, boom, live your life day by day. Actual living your life day by day, though. You know what I mean? I think the whole model and the acting thing, yeah, that sounds nice. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But to keep the food on the table, man, it's a plush life, because you could do this YouTube thing and you can have you a little job on the side. You know what I mean? And you're just shooting that content, and then you're auditioning for roles. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, y'all let me know what you feel and how you feeling it. And stuff. And again, thank you so much. I did put out a video in regards to, interviewing and resumes, because I know that, people are having a hard time getting a job right now. So that's why I did. If you're wondering, why did she put this out? Like, well, that's why, I put it out. So y'all let me know. Let me know what you feel about this whole, content, putting out content and stuff like that. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later.